Hello. Good morning. Hi, Celine. Good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Great. What about Gabriela? Hello, Gabriela.
Hi, teacher.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. What about Angie? Hi, Angie.
Hi, teacher. I'm very
Eh,
good. Thank you.
Awesome. Glad to see you guys here. Welcome back. So, today we have a lot of content to view. So, we're going to move fairly quickly, and I'm going to ask you guys to participate along the way so that you guys can practice as much as possible. So, let's begin. So, we are going to begin by talking about the grammar review. So here we have the question. Let's begin here. Angie, can you read the question here?
Right. How will you answer these questions?
Very good. And then we have a few questions that we have here. So maybe we can ask each other. Let's see. Celine, let's read question number 1.
What are you doing these days?
Excellent. So the key word these days, kind of a continuous action. What are you doing these days, Celine?
I'm I'm doing these days. Mm, I'm reading a book.
I'm reading a book. And then if you want, you could say these days, right? So let's repeat, Celine. I'm reading a book these days.
I am reading a book these days.
Excellent. Very good. What about the next question? What about this one? Gabriela, can you read this one?
How did you meet your best friend?
Okie dokie. How did you meet your best friend, Gabriela?
I met my best friend in the college.
I met her in college. Excellent.
In
Very
college.
good. I imagine it's her, right? It's a her. So
Yes.
instead of repeating best friend, we can use the pronoun her. Excellent, Gabriela. And then we have two more questions. What about this one here? Angie, can you read this one?
Where do you go for fun? I'm
Where?
going. Oh,
Go
I'm
ahead.
going for fun. To the cinema.
I go to the cinema. Excellent. So just remember, Angie, this is the simple present because it's a
Go.
repetitive habit. I go to the cinema.
All
Very
right.
good. And
Very
then
good.
we have, awesome. And then we have one more, Celine. What about question number 4? Can you read question number 4?
What is one of your favorite movies?
Alrighty. One of your favorite movies. What do you think, Celine? Twilight, the
Mm,
vampire movie.
um, um, my favorite movie is Stardust.
Stardust. Excellent. So my favorite movie is Stardust. My favorite movie is Stardust. Excellent. Very good. All right, guys. So please pay attention that we have all of the different tenses. We have the continuous form. We have the simple past. We have the present simple. And then we have kind of like the superlative, one of my favorites, one of the best, maybe a superlative for preferences. Okay. So let's erase and let's continue. Here we have some information questions. So let's talk a little bit about information questions. At the beginning, it says, what does it say here? Gabriela, can you read the instructions?
Sure. Complete the questions with the words in the box.
Alrighty, so we have are, did, do, does, is, was, were. How can we complete number 1, Gabriela? What do you think?
Where did your family live?
Um, very,
Or does?
very close. Yeah, where does your family live? Very good. So let's put where does your family live? I guess it could be the past, right? You could say did if we're talking about the past, or we can use the present if we're talking about now, okay? Where does your
Oh,
family live? What about number 2? Angie, how can we complete number 2?
Um, what do you like to do as a child?
What's the past of do? So
Do.
we have do,
Did. No, did.
did.
Past.
Excellent. Very good. Excellent, Angie. So the past. All right. What about this one here, Celine? How can we complete number 3?
Who was your favorite music group as a child?
Excellent. Who was? Absolutely. Did you have a favorite music group, Celine? The Backstreet Boys.
And BTS is my favorite group.
BTS or DTS? DTS? BTS?
BTS and Mora.
BTS. Okay, cool. Awesome, Celine. Those are the South Korean guys, right? All right. What about number 4, Gabriela? How can we complete number 4?
what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Sorry.
pressed the wrong. I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button, Gabriela. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. When are your next class?
So we have singular and plural. So our classes, but one class we have to use is, right?
Yes.
When is your next class? If it were plural, when are your next, but we would have to have classes. When are your next classes? Okay.
Okay.
What about this one here, Angie?
I think what was your
Okay.
interest these days? The past.
Um,
No?
so when we
Or
have,
what?
okay, so here, Angie, we have these days, so it has to be the present. So,
Okay.
and it's also plural, Angie. So because it's plural, we're going to use are.
Or,
What
okay.
are your interests these days? What about you, Angie? Are you interested in maybe science? Are you interested in movies? What are you interested in these
Oh,
days?
yes, science. Because I watch videos about science. It's very interesting.
Oh, okay. Amazing. Awesome, Angie. So I am interested in science videos. Very good. And then we have one more, Celine. What about number 6?
Which sport do you like? Soccer or basketball?
Excellent. Which sport do you like? What do you think, Celine? Um, do you prefer soccer or basketball, Celine?
I I like basketball.
Nice. Basketball, me too. All right, guys. So as you can see, we have lots of different questions. Where, what, who, when, and which. There are many different information questions. And then depending if it's the present, the past, or the future, we can use the different forms of the verbs. Is that okay? Any questions?
It's
No.
okay.
Awesome. So guys, as I mentioned, we're going to go a little bit faster today because there is a lot of material. But if you have a question, say, teacher, I don't get it. I'm sorry, teacher, please repeat. and I am more than happy to help, okay? So let's continue. The next one is indirect questions. So let's read the instructions here. Miss Gabriela, can you read the instructions for me?
Sure. Which questions are indirect?
Absolutely. So we have direct questions, indirect questions. Let's see if we can identify them. Let's go with the first one. Gabriela?
Where is Jose?
Mr. Jose. Do you think that's direct or indirect?
Mm, direct, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll put a capital D for direct, okay? What about number two? Number two, Angie. Can you read number two for me?
Yes. Do you know if he's coming? This is indirect because
This,
do you know? Indirect.
excellent. Indirect. So we'll put an I, or maybe we'll put IN. Indirect. Very good. Let's put a period. Indirect. What about number three, Miss Celine?
I wonder why he didn't call.
What do you think? Direct or indirect?
Indirect?
This one is indirect. Excellent, Celine. So we have number four. What do you think, Miss Gabriela?
Why isn't he here? I think is direct.
This is direct. Absolutely. Why isn't he here? It's direct. What about number five, Miss Angie?
I want to know how you did that. This is indirect.
Absolutely. How did you do that, Miss Angie? How did you know that this was indirect? Very good. And then we have number six. Celine?
Can you find out what happened? Is direct?
Can you find out what happened? So this one is kind of, so if you say what happened, that is direct. Can you find out what happened? This one is going to be indirect, okay?
Okay.
The direct question would be this one. So if you say what happened, that's direct. But when we had an expression, it makes it an example. So let's see. If I ask you, Celine, do you know why we are studying today? How would you answer that question? Do you know why we are studying today? Do you know why we are studying today? Final exam. The end of the semester.
Is indirect?
It's indirect, yes. But the answer, what would be the answer, right? The answer is because we are going to take the final exam, right? We are going to take the final exam, or we are going to finish the semester, right? Excellent. All right, what about you guys? Can you think of an example? Gabriela, Celine, and Angie, can you guys think of one example of an indirect question? What do you think? Gabriela, can you think of an example? You can use expressions like, do you know? I wonder.
Mhm. Do you have any idea of when is the final exam?
Excellent, Gabriela. That is an excellent question, an indirect question. Very good. What about Angie? Angie, can you think of an example?
Yes. I want to know what time is it.
I want to know what time is it. Excellent. It is 10:46, Angie. You're welcome.
Thank you.
What about Celine? Celine?
I wonder if my brother mm, eat eat breakfast.
Excellent. Very good, Celine. I think he did, Celine. I think he had breakfast. All right, guys. So just remember that indirect questions are a great way, sorry, indirect questions are a great way to sound polite and not be so confrontive or not so direct when we ask a question, okay? Let's erase and continue. Here we have the next one. Very, very easy. Let's talk about articles. So let's begin by reading here. Miss Gabriela, can you please read the instructions for me?
Complete both conversations with a and the or o, no article.
Absolutely. So let's just go with the different articles and let's try to complete. Let's go here, Gabriela. How can we complete number one? I'd like to
I'd like to walk around and look at the buildings.
look at the buildings. Awesome. So this one is the article the. Excellent. What about number two or letter B? Angie?
But there's a river.
Excellent.
How will we cross that river?
How will we
That river.
cross the river? Excellent. Remember when we have a new object, we use a, and then once we know the object, we can use the. Fantastic, Angie. What about the next one, Celine? What about this one?
I see a bridge.
Excellent. The first time, we're going to use a bridge. What about this one, Miss? Can I call you Gabby? Is it okay to call you Gabby, Gabriela?
Yes, it's
All
okay.
right. All right. Gabby is a lot easier than Gabriela. Gabby, Miss
Yeah.
Gabby.
Perfect. We can walk across the bridge.
We can walk across the bridge. Perfect. All right. Let's continue. Miss Angie. Angie?
There is a boat. It looks like they give tours.
Perfect.
No articles.
There's a boat. It looks like they give tours. I don't know how to make that symbol, but we'll just leave it blank, okay? Looks like they give tours. Very good. What
Okay.
about, awesome, Angie. What about Celine? Celine, why don't we,
Why don't we take the tour about tomorrow
yeah.
when
So
sun
if
is
we,
out?
why don't we take the tour on, so there's
Um,
different possibilities, guys. There's different possibilities. If we talk about the tour here, then maybe here we could talk about the, right? Because it was previously mentioned. And we could say, why don't we take the tour on
um,
a, very good.
tomorrow when sun is out.
When the sun, everyone knows the sun, right? When the sun is out. Perfect. All right. What about the next one? Gabby?
Great idea. Maybe there's a tour guide too.
Awesome. And finally, Miss Angie, what do you think?
We can also see about renting bikes, not article.
Very good. We can also see about renting bikes. All right, guys. You guys are fantastic. I am pretty sure you guys are the best of the class. Is that true, Angie? Are you the best students in the class?
Um,
I
I
think
think.
so.
Thank you.
All right, you guys are fantastic. Definitely the best group I've had all weekend. So let's erase and we can continue. Any questions? Is that okay?
It's okay.
Awesome. So let's continue. Here we have some models. Let's talk about some models for advice. So let's read the instructions here. Celine, can you please read the instructions?
Discuss transportation advice for your Siri. Use the phrases in the box to help you.
Excellent, Celine. So maybe I have to see where you guys are from first. Where are you from? Celine, where are you from?
I'm from Guayaquil, Ecuador.
Nice. Guayaquil. Very good. What about Gabby? Gabby, where are you from?
I'm from Quito.
From Quito. And Angie. Angie, where are you from?
I'm from Guayaquil too.
Oh, cool. Guayaquil, Quito. All right. So now that we know the cities, maybe now we can discuss the different transportation. Let's go with number one. Gabby, can you read number one?
Sure. I want to go downtown on Saturday night. How will we sorry, how will you get there from your house?
All right, guys. So now, as we go through this presentation, you're going to see that the difficulty is going to increase little by little. So now we have to ask about transportation or give recommendations about transportation. So some of the models are should, maybe could, right? Maybe, I think for recommendations, probably should and could are the best. So let's see if we can think of some advice. So here we have some of the different transportation. Maybe call a taxi, drive a car, run a bike, take a bus, take a train, or walk. So Gabby, in Quito, if you want to go downtown on Saturday night, how would you get there from your house?
Mm, I would call a taxi.
Excellent. Very good. I would call a taxi. Perfect. How much is a taxi, Gabby, from your house to the downtown? $5, $10?
Yes, I think $4 or $5.
Okay, that's not bad. $4 or $5. Very good. What about Angie? Angie, do you live in Guayaquil or do you live in the surrounding area of Guayaquil?
In Guayaquil.
In Guayaquil. So how
North of-
far? The north of Guayaquil. How would you get to downtown from your house, from the north of Guayaquil?
I will drive a car.
Nice. I would ride a car. How long does it take, Angie? 15 minutes?
15 minutes, yes.
With traffic or without traffic?
Without traffic.
All right. There's lots of traffic in Guayaquil, Angie. Lots of
Yeah.
traffic.
Too
All right.
much.
And let's go to the next one. Celine, what about this one here? Lucia.
Lucia and Jose are exploring your city on a Sunday afternoon. What should they do?
Okay, so let's erase, let's get a little bit more space here. So what do you think, Celine? What should they do in Guayaquil? They could, they should.
They they should visit Malecon to Sunset.
All right, so they should visit, let's just call it the boardwalk, okay? The boardwalk. I know the name is Malecon. That's okay. We can call it the Malecon, but just for the sake of this class, we'll call it the boardwalk, okay?
Okay.
All right, so they should visit the boardwalk. Nice. That's a beautiful boardwalk in Guayaquil. Great. So maybe let's give one more recommendation. Gabby, what else? In Quito, what could they do in
Mm,
Quito?
they should walk in the historic center.
Oh, that's a good one. They
Mhm.
should walk. Let's use the preposition through. They should walk through the historic center. Awesome. They should walk through the historic center. Excellent. Alrighty, and we'll do one more. Angie, what else can we do in Guayaquil? Anything else to do in Guayaquil?
Mm, yes, maybe can go to the malls.
Yeah, they can go to the malls. My favorite. Those are my favorite malls, the Guayaquil malls. They're huge. They're enormous. All right, let's see. And we have one more. What about this one, Angie? Number 3, Haiko. What a name. Haiko.
Very difficult. Haiko has a ticket to a soccer game. How can he get to the stadium?
All right. What do you
Um,
think?
he could call a taxi.
Yeah, absolutely. He could call a taxi. Very good. And let's just continue. What about this one here, Celine? Alicia. Guys, I don't know the pronunciation. Maybe that's Hiko, Haiko, Heiko. I don't know. Number 4. What do you think, Celine?
Alicia needs to be at the airport in 30 minutes.
Uh-oh. She's going to miss the flight. What do you think, Celine? How could she get to the airport in 30 minutes?
Um, she she should call Uber.
Nice. She should call an Uber. Absolutely. Very good. So she could call. So guys, remember the models. Maybe we can use should, maybe we could use could, maybe we could use would, many different models depending on the situation. I would take a taxi. You could visit the historic center. You should visit the boardwalk, kind of depending on what you want to say. Okay? Easy peasy? No problem, teacher. That was too easy. Alrighty, let's continue. The next one. So now let's talk a little bit about will and going to. Let's begin here. Be going to and will for predictions. Miss Gabby, can you please read the instructions here?
What sentence can use both will and be going to?
All right, maybe before we begin, let's review when we use will and when we use be going to. Do you guys remember from the platform, from the book? What's the difference between will and going to for predictions? Anybody remember? Gabby, Celine, Angie?
I remember some. A will is at the moment, decisions at
Exactly.
the moment, and be going to plans.
Excellent. Very good. So absolutely. So when you have a serious plan, we use be going to. And when it's at the moment of speaking, we use will. But there's one more difference, guys. And the other difference is when we have physical or visual evidence, we can actually make a prediction using going to. Okay? So let's take a look at number 1. Let's read number 1. Celine, can you please read number 1?
The sky is getting dark. I think
Okay,
it's going to rain.
excellent. So let's talk a little bit about this. It is going to rain. This is going to be some visual evidence, okay? So when you have some visual evidence, when you have some visual proof of something that you can see, now we can use be going to for predictions, okay? We don't use will for visual evidence, okay? What about number 2? Let's take a look at number 2. Angie, can you read number 2?
Tomorrow the weather mm, the weather is going to be much nicer.
Yeah, so
Prediction.
actually, yeah, this is a prediction, right? This is a prediction, but it's also the future. So maybe we can use will, right? So remember it says what sentence can use both will and going to. So the correct answer here is this one. This sentence number 2, we can use both will and going to for the future to talk about tomorrow is going to be nicer, tomorrow will be nicer. And sentence number 1, because you're looking at the sky is getting darker. We do not use will, we use going to. Does that kind of make sense? Let's make a prediction. A prediction or something for the future is I will be very rich in 10 years. Let's just cross my fingers. Hopefully it's correct. So this is will. I don't have any evidence to prove this. It's just my imagination and it's my prediction, okay? Now, if I had to make a prediction based off proof, my dog is going to start barking, right? Because I can see that she is at the window and she's about to start barking. So this is a prediction that I have with visual evidence. Can you guys think of one example of maybe something that you have visual evidence? What do you think, Gabby? Can you think of an example?
Um,
Maybe today. What's going, if I ask you guys the question, let's ask a question. So the question is, what's going to happen today? What's going to happen today, Gabby? Something that you have visual evidence.
it's going to be a sunny day.
Perfect. It's going to be a sunny day. You see, there's no clouds in the sky. It's a beautiful day, sunny day. What about Celine? Celine, what's going to happen today?
I I I'm going to wash the dish.
Yeah, if you see there's a mountain or lots of dishes, I'm going to have to wash the dishes, right? I'm going to have to wash the dishes, especially if no one in your family is doing it, right? You're like, oh no, I'm going to have to wash the dishes, right? Excellent, Celine. What about Angie? Angie, what's going to happen today?
I'm going to do the platform um, models.
Uh, okay. Is today the due date? Is today the last day for the platform? So you have to do it today.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Excellent, guys. Yeah, of course, tomorrow's Monday. The week starts. You can't wait for the week. Any questions? Is this okay? Will
Okay.
we can use both for predictions, but one is only with visual evidence, and we can use both for the future. And like Angie said, will is at the moment of speaking, spontaneous, and going to is more for serious plans. So those are the differences between going to. So let's practice. Let's read the instructions here. Angie, can you please read these instructions?
Can you use will in this sentence?
Okay, so we have two options, yes or no. Let's go with number 1. Gabby?
Do you have your umbrella? I think it will rain.
Visual evidence? Can we use will? What do you think?
Um, yes.
Remember, let's put it here. Will, no, sorry, let's put going to, I can't spell, guys, I'm sorry. Going to evidence, right? Something visual. So in this case, do you have your umbrella? I think it'll rain. It's because she's looking at the dark sky, right? So in this case, actually, it's going to be no. Okay, we're not going to use will because you're looking at the sky and you can see that it's about to rain. It's going to rain. Does that make sense, Gabby?
Yes, thank you, teacher.
All right, let's go with number 2. Number 2, Celine, what about this one?
I think he'll be great at his new job.
All right,
Mm,
what do you think? Yes or no?
yes.
Yes, we can use yes, right? I think he'll be great at his new job. Um, Now, guys, this is only an exercise. We can get very, very technical and we can complicate this, but let's not complicate it. Let's just say that we have no idea if he's going to be great or not, okay? What about number 3, Angie?
The weather will be nicer in the spring. Yes.
Is this more of a fact or is this more of a prediction?
A prediction.
It's a prediction, so you say yes. Are you sure, Angie?
Yes. No.
I think this one is no, Angie, okay? In the
Okay.
future, we can't tell in the future, okay? So it's going to be nicer in the spring. So for this one, it's going to be nicer in the spring. You don't want to use will, okay?
Okay.
Visual evidence. I know it's kind of complicated, guys, but just think, um, how can you prove something? If you can prove, if you have some evidence or some supporting points, then you're going to use going to. If not, then we use both. You can use both. What about number 4, Celine?
Slow down. You will cause an accident. Um, no.
Excellent. No. Very good. You can see that the person is going to crash. You're in the car. He's driving fast. You can see that he's about to crash. What about 5, Gabby?
Yeah, the glass will fall. Catch it. I think yes.
Can you see? So imagine my glass. You're looking at my glass and it's like, oh no, it's going to fall, right? So this one would be no.
No.
It's visual evidence, okay? Visual
Okay.
evidence. What about number 6, Angie?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, right? So he will be late. He's going to be late. Both of them are correct, okay? So just remember only for visual evidence. And just so you know, the exam is not going to ask you things like this. They'll either give you going to or will because they are very similar and they're not going to complicate you. So just keep that in mind. When we speak, we usually interchange them, no problem. But if you want to be technical, going to is for evidence and will is just a prediction based on no evidence. Okay? Any questions? Easy peasy, no problem, teacher. So just make sure to practice a little bit, okay? Practice, practice.
Okay.
Let's erase and we can continue. Here we have, okay, so this is what Angie was talking about. This is will for sudden decisions, or the present continuous for future plans. So let's read the instructions here. Gabby, can you please read this?
Choose the correct phrases to complete the sentences.
All right, so in this case, let's do something more visual. So we're gonna do, at the moment of speaking, we'll make this blue, right? Sudden decision, oh no, I said blue. Blue, there we go. Sudden decisions in blue, and maybe we can do present continuous for future. So the continuous for future plans, okay? So let's go with number 1. Gabby, let's try to complete number 1. Is it sudden decision or is it a future plan? Hello?
I think it's a sudden decision. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's make it blue. Oh, let's highlight it blue. All right, so let's read the sentence, Gabby. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for inviting me to the movies. I'll pay for the tickets.
Exactly. So I invite you, and at the moment you say, I'll pay for the tickets. It's at the moment. Excellent, Gabby. What about number 2, Miss Celine?
He is driving to Miami next weekend to visit his parents.
Excellent. Welcome to Miami. Very good. So this is future. All right, let's go with number 3, Miss Angie.
I'm taking my kids to the zoo tomorrow. They're excited.
Excellent. Very good. I'm taking my kids to the zoo. They're excited. Absolutely. Future plan. What about this one here? Gabby?
Um, we are meeting up at the hotel at 6:30.
Awesome. Especially when it's a time, guys. When you see a specific time at 6:30, especially for a meeting, we always know that that's a future plan. Very good. What about Miss Celine, number 5?
Can I come with you on the trip? Sure, I'll book a room for you.
Absolutely. I'll book a room for you. So let's change the color. I'll book. Very good. What about the next one? Angie?
The traffic isn't moving. What's going on? I'll check on my phone.
Nice. Let's check. All right. You got to ask Google Maps or Waze, what's happening, Google? All right, guys. So remember, we have present continuous for future plans and will for spontaneous decisions. So let's just do a quick practice. What will, what will you do after class? Angie, what will you do after class?
I'm doing the course
The
on the platform.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You're doing the course. I meant to put this in blue. What percentage are you at, Miss Angie? Are you at like 99% done? 95% done?
Um, 18, 80,
Oh, okay, 80.
80%, 80%.
80%. Very
Yes.
good. And then for future plans, what are you doing on your next vacation? What about something for the future? Celine, what are you doing on your next vacation?
I'm go I'm going to a trip with my family.
Nice. On. Remember, we use on a trip. I'm going on a trip with my family. Very good. What about Gabby? If I ask you, what are you doing on your next vacation?
Hmm, I'll go to the beach.
Nice. Go to the beach. You can visit Celine and Angie in Guayaquil. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Any questions? Is that okay?
Okay.
Easy peasy, teacher. No problem. All right. Let's continue. Present perfect with ever and never. Let's read the instructions here. Miss Gabby?
Ask and answer the questions with a partner, then switch.
All right. So, guys, you can ask any question. Have you ever, etc. Okay. And then the answer, maybe for the answer, you can say never. I have never, or I have. So, Gabby, ask Selena a question. Can you ask Selena a question?
Sure. Celine, have you ever sold something used online?
Yes. Um, I ever connecting to the college class and
Mm, yes, I have connected to the college class. So the question is, I think she's asking you this one, Celine. Have you ever sold something used online and then you sold it in the college class? You sold it to your classmates?
um, in the college. Yes.
Okay. So remember these for these present perfect questions, guys, we have to say yes, I have. I have sold a cell phone in or maybe on the university platform, right? Because it has to be online. Remember, we're talking about online. So yes, I have sold a cell phone with double L's, sorry. I have sold a cell phone on the university platform. Is that what did you sell, Celine? What did you sell? Did you sell something?
Perfect. Teacher,
Yes. Yes.
can you repeat, please?
Sure. Um, Gabby asked you this question. Have you ever sold something used online? You can say yes or no.
Yes, I have.
What did you sell? I sold.
Mm, yes, I have. I check in my email. And,
Okay. All right. So maybe we're a little bit confused, Celine. Remember that sold is vender. ¿Alguna
okay.
vez has vendido algo en internet?
Um, no, I don't know.
All right, there you go, Celine. Excellent. No, I haven't. All right, Celine. So ask Angie. Can you ask Angie a question? Any question. Have you ever?
Mm. Angie, have you ever mm, had a brand new car?
Okay.
No, I haven't. because it's too much expensive.
Too expensive. Unfortunate. Very good. Angie, can you ask maybe Gabby a question?
Yes. Gabby, have you ever booked something useless?
Bought something useless.
Yes, I have. mm, I don't know how to say that.
You can say it in Spanish and I'll try to help you.
Um,
Or you can change
I
it.
have,
You can change it.
o sea, ¿cómo puedo decir? Comprado como que mucho maquillaje, o sea, innecesariamente.
All right. You could say a lot of useless makeup. A lot
Yeah.
of useless makeup. That's okay, Gabby. My wife too. My wife buys a lot of useless makeup all the time. Don't worry. All right, very good. Let's do one more. Gabby, ask Celine one more question.
Angie, I ask Angie. Okay, is okay?
Celine,
Oh,
ask
Celine.
Celine.
Okay. Celine, have you ever bought something useless?
Okay. Useless. How do you say useless in Spanish, Gabby? Inútil?
Ajá, algo inútil.
Okay, useless.
I haven't.
Okay, no, I haven't. All right, Celine, and ask Angie one more question. Any question. Have you ever been to the moon? Have you ever seen Justin Bieber?
Have you ever have you ever uh, has have you ever do anything embarrass me?
Nice. Have you ever done anything embarrassing? Have you ever done anything embarrassing, Angie?
Yes, I have.
What did you do? Now I'm curious. What did you do?
Sometimes I fall out of the chair in front of much people.
Oh no.
It's very embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. In the mall, in the middle of Guayaquil, in the middle of in the mall, you fall.
At the
Okay,
supermarket.
that's embarrassing. Okay, very good, Angie. All right, guys. We didn't practice too much of never, so let's just do one practice. I have never. Give me one example, Angie. I have never.
Mm, I have never watched um, makeup videos.
I have never watched makeup videos. Okay, very good. What about Celine? Celine, I have never.
I have never mm, uh, teacher, what is
You turned off your
what
microphone.
what is the meaning in English? But
Swept. So we have sweep in the present, but the past participle, swept. So I have never swept. Never,
I
Celine.
I have never said very good.
Oh, okay. Okay, slept. Barrer, dijiste. Barrer?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a funny example, Celine. All right, very good. I have never swept very good. What about Gabby?
I have never visited Paris.
I have never visited. I have never
Visit,
visited
visit
Paris.
Paris.
Very good. Excellent. All right, let's see. Any questions? Is that okay, guys? All right, let's continue. So kind of the same, the present perfect, but now we're going to talk about already and yet. So let's just do one example. An example could be, I have already explained the grammar, right? So I have already explained the grammar. We use already in between the auxiliary have and the main verb of the sentence. And then we use yet for negative question or negative sentences. I haven't seen the new Barbie movie yet, okay? And I probably won't watch it, but we can use affirmative and negative. So let's do two examples. Gabby, let's do the first one. Something that you have already done. Let's move this down, move this here, maybe here. And the question, Gabby, the question is, what have you already done this, let's say, year? What have you already done this year, Gabby?
I have already studied for the exam.
Very good. What about if we say negative? Haven't. What haven't you done? I guess we wouldn't use
I
yet.
haven't uh, do a diet.
Okay, very good. I haven't. So let's use that example here. We could say, I haven't. And the expression, this is an expression, Gabby, gone on a diet. Okay, we use the expression gone on a diet. Very good. All right. What about Celine? Celine, what have you done already this year?
I have already watched K-dramas.
Nice. Some K-dramas. What about negative? I haven't.
I I haven't worked out.
Worked out? I haven't worked out.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's not good, Celine. You have to work out. Very important. All right. What about Angie? Angie, give me two examples, affirmative and negative, already and yet.
Okay. I have already third semester of the university.
Cool. And then negative, I haven't.
Um, I haven't gone. My favorite
Series.
series yet.
Oh, okay. You haven't watched your favorite series yet. Excellent,
Yes,
guys. Awesome. What's your favorite series, Angie?
manifiesto.
Manifiesto. Oh, that's about that's an airplane, right? Something about an airplane?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I haven't watched it, but I was interested in watching it. All right, guys. Any questions about already and yet? Is that okay?
Okay.
No questions? All right, guys. Here we have the simple past. So for simple past, remember we use the question words. So what did plus the subject plus the verb plus the complement. Okay, for regular questions, what did you do last week? Right? Those are the information questions. And then we also have the different ones which are, for example, yes and no questions. Did plus verb. For example, if I ask you, did you buy a new shirt? Okay, so we have yes and no questions and information questions. Here in the table, it says, what does it say here, Gabby? Can you read this one? Use the chart.
Use the chart to ask and answer questions with your partner. Use the simple past.
Alrighty, so remember the structure that we can use for information questions and yes and no questions. And let's think of some questions in the simple past. I'll start. Gabby, where did you drop? Where did you drop your phone? Where did you drop your phone, Gabby? Where did you drop your phone?
Mm, no, I didn't drop my phone.
Okay, so this one, Gabby, this one is information question. So we actually have to answer with a complete sentence. So you could say, I didn't drop my phone, right? I didn't drop. I'm going to put it in the
My
chat,
phone.
okay? Exactly. I didn't drop my phone. All right. Gabby, ask Angie a question.
Where
Okay.
did um where did you lose your keys?
Okay.
I
What do you?
lose my keys in the park.
Let's change the verb to the past, Angie. I lost.
I lost my keys in the park.
Oh no. Is that real or imagination?
Imagination.
Okay. Be very careful. You don't want to lose your keys. All right, Angie. Ask Celine a question. Any question. It could be yes or no, information question. Angie?
Ay, estaba hablando con el micrófono apagado.
Oh no.
Um, did you find a wallet?
Okay. Did you find a wallet, Celine?
Yes, I did. I found
Nice.
in the park.
Cool. How much money, Celine? $500? $200 in the wallet? Or zero?
0.
Unfortunate, Celine. Unfortunate. All right, Celine, ask Gabby a question. Information or yes and no question?
Mm, Did you did did you go the Samanes Park on the weekend? On the
Okay,
last weekend?
last weekend. So you could say, Did you go to the park last weekend? Please repeat. Go ahead and repeat. Look at the chat, Celine. Did you go?
Did you go to the park last weekend?
Perfect. Gabby?
No, I didn't go to the park.
All right, guys, more exercise. Celine, Gabby, more exercise, okay? All right. Any questions? The simple past, we have the both forms. We have information questions and yes and no questions. Is that okay? No
Okay.
problems? All righty. Let's erase and let's continue. The next one is past continuous and simple past. So maybe we can just do this. We have long action. Okay, this is a long action. And then we have a completed action. So let's take a look and see how we can complete this. Miss Angie, how can we complete number one?
She was driving downtown when it started to rain.
Excellent. So driving is a long action. It's not immediate. It's a long action. Very good. What about number two, Miss Celine?
While I cooked dinner, the phone rang 3 times.
Very good. So let's use the ing, okay? So cooking dinner, again, is going to be a long action. So while I was cooking dinner, the phone rang 3 times, okay?
Okay.
Guys, just a tip. Always, when we see while, it's with the ing, okay? So that's an
Okay.
extra tip, always an extra tip. What about Gabby? Gabby?
Jack was helping me with my homework when you called.
Absolutely, very good. What about number four? Angie.
Last night, I heard a noise while I was brushing my teeth.
Uh-oh, very
No?
scary. Yes, I just mean
Uh,
like, uh-oh, like, I heard a noise. Oh no. All right, number five. What about number five? Celine?
We were getting on the rail when I dropped my phone.
Oh, very unfortunate. I dropped my phone. Pronunciation, Celine? Train. We were getting on the train.
Train.
Very good. What about Miss Gabby?
When I saw you, you were getting on the bus.
Awesome. A quick action, right? You see someone immediately. What about number seven? What do you think? Angie?
While we were studying, the lights went out.
While we were studying, the lights went out. Fantastic. And we have one more. Celine?
I found a gift for Tom while I was shopping at the mall.
Nice. Lucky, fortunate Tom. All right, guys. So please remember that we are going to use the past continuous for long actions. And usually the simple past is an interruption. Okay, so the simple past is usually an interruption that happens during the longer action. Okay, so simple past, interruption, past continuous, long action. Easy peasy, very
Yeah.
difficult. Awesome, Angie. Celine, easy peasy?
So.
So. Easy peasy. All right. Gabby, easy peasy?
No, it's difficult.
It's difficult. Guy, you have to practice, practice,
Yeah.
practice, practice, okay? Just remember, I want you to think, okay? Think. For example, I heard, escuché. So this has to be something that's like immediate. The sound comes and you hear it, right? I saw, you immediately, you see someone, that's a short action. And then the longer actions are always something continuous. Driving, cooking, helping, studying. I hope. Gabi, how long do you study for an exam? Quickly or for a long time?
For a long time.
Exactly. So definitely long actions, past continuous, okay? So practice, practice, practice.
In long actions, we have to use was were. Oh,
In long actions, yes. In the past continuous, always, was, were. Yep. Solo en el presente, we have is, am, are, right? Is, are. In the present continuous, was, were. In the past continuous, okay?
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's erase and let's continue. Let's see. Quantifiers. Let's talk about quantifiers. Miss Angie, can you read the instructions here for me?
Yes. Use the phrases to describe good and bad things in your city.
All right. Let's talk about, that looks like Philadelphia. All right, let's look at the number 1. What do you think, Angie? So we have several, so much, a lot, very few, and almost no. Tell me about Guayaquil, Angie.
There are several traffic city.
Mm,
Mm,
okay, so we have to be careful, Angie. So we have countable nouns, okay? For countable
Okay.
nouns, we have to use much. We can't use several or a few. We have to
Mm,
use much, right? Or maybe almost. What about something countable? Something that's countable?
mm, I don't know. Need help.
Sure, absolutely. So I'll tell you about my city. This is a picture of Philadelphia, okay? This is Philadelphia, and there are several museums in my city, right?
Okay.
Maybe in my city, there are several amusement parks, right? There are several amusement parks. What about in Guayaquil? Angie, what's there in Guayaquil? Something countable. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Several um se me fue la palabra, estatuas,
Statues.
statues, several
Excellent.
statues.
Yeah, the pronunciation is a little weird. The pronunciation is statues. Statues. There are several
You
statues. Excellent. What about maybe Celine? Celine, there's so much uncountable.
There is so much green space.
Green space.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much green space. Maybe let's just say green. There's so much green spaces. All right, let's erase space, Celine, because if we say green, green is uncountable. But if we say space, then it becomes countable and we would have to say green spaces. And in this case, we would have to change this to there are a lot of green spaces, or there are several green spaces. So let's just erase, let's erase spaces. There's so much green in the city. Something like that, okay? There's so much green in the city. Can you repeat, Celine?
There is so much green in the city.
Very good. So this is uncountable. This is countable. What about here, Gabby? A lot of. This can be countable or uncountable, no problem.
Okay. There are a lot of cars in the main street.
Yep, absolutely. Cars on the streets. There are a lot of cars on the streets. Guys, so this one, you can use both. So here, Angie, you can say there is a lot. Let's put here. There is a lot of traffic. And now we can put traffic as uncountable here, okay? All right, Angie, let's do number 4. Angie, what about this one? There are?
There are very few stadiums.
Oh, okay. There are very few stadiums.
Stadium.
Nice. Are you a Barcelona fan, Angie?
Never.
What's the other one? What's the other
Emelec.
team? Emelec. Are you Emelec? Okay, gotcha. All right. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Celine? Celine, what about this one? Number 5. There are almost no.
There, there are almost no parks in the city.
Parks in the city. Very good. There are almost no parks in the city. Very good. Maybe we could do one more example, guys. Think of one more example, but this time I want you to select your choice to decide, okay? So give me an example, Gabby, give me an example. I wrote traffic countable. Sorry, guys, traffic is uncountable. Uncapital, uncountable. It's Sunday, guys, I'm sorry. Gabby, can you think of an example?
Several people on the malls.
Very good. There are several people in the mall. Very good. So it's an empty mall. It's an empty mall. So an empty mall, several people, right? Very good. What about Celine? Celine, can you think of another example?
There, there are a lot of pharmacies in my neighborhood.
A lot of parents?
Drugstore, drugstore
Oh,
in
pharmacies.
neighborhood.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
Celine. Pharmacies. There are a lot of pharmacies in my neighborhood. Excellent. And one more, Angie. Can you think of one more example?
Yes. This about there is so much delinquency. Be
Oh,
careful.
no. Oh, no. All right. So we have to be careful when we visit Guayaquil. All right.
Yes.
Any questions? Is this okay?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Nice. That's what I want to hear. All right. No questions? Let's continue. Conditionals. Let's talk about future real conditionals. Actually, guys, we're just going to read the examples so we can save some time, okay? So let's read the example here, Angie. If I
I drive dangerously, I will cause an accident.
Very good. So let's highlight here. Conditionals are if plus the simple form of the verb, and then will plus the base form of the verb. So just remember the structure. If plus verb, comma, I will plus verb, okay? This is the structure for the future real conditionals. What about here? Celine, can you read number 2? If I
cause an accident, I will have to pay for repairs.
Excellent. So again, if I cause, I will have. And we have one more. Gabriela, can you read this one?
If I have to pay for repairs.
Okay. Let's finish the sentence, Gabby. I will.
I will. I don't know how to say quedar endeudado.
Oh, I will be in debt. I will be in debt. That's a good one. Absolutely. If I have to pay for repairs, I will be in debt. And the pronunciation, there's no B, just debt, debt. Okay. All right. Angie, can you think of an example?
If I don't have careful,
Okay.
I will have an I don't know.
If I am not careful, I will have to buy a new, what will you have to buy? A new shirt, a new jacket, some new shoes.
No, I will have to lose money.
Oh, I will lose. Excellent.
Yes,
I
I
will
will lose
lose money.
money.
Absolutely. You have to be careful. Be very careful, Angie. Nobody enjoys losing money. All right, guys. So please remember the structure. If plus the base form of the verb, comma, I will plus the base form of the verb. Okay. Let's erase and let's continue because we have some more to do. Here we have used to. So let's talk a little bit about used to. Maybe we can do 3 examples. One example for Gabby, Celine, and Angie. My example is going to be, when I was younger, I used to play a lot of video games. When I was younger, I used to play a lot of video games. Can you think of an example, Celine?
Mm, When I I 10 years old,
Okay,
I used to watch the cartoons all the week.
nice. No K-dramas, only cartoons?
Yeah.
All right, K-dramas and cartoons. What about Gabby? Gabby, give me an example.
When I was younger, I used to play with dolls.
Nice. Did you play with Barbies?
Yes.
Did you watch the movie Barbie?
No.
All right, you have to watch it. It'll bring back memories of your childhood. What about Angie? Angie, can you think of an example?
Yeah. When I was 18, I used to go to a lot of parties.
Not anymore, Angie. Now you're a
No.
responsible adult, right?
Yes.
Very good. All right, guys, we are not going to spend too much time on this because I know you guys are excellent students. Just remember that we use for questions, for negatives, I didn't, used to, and now we just use the regular form. For affirmative, we use I used to, and we have to use the D. But for negative and for questions, no D, just the regular form. Is that okay?
Okay.
All
Okay.
righty, let's continue. Here we have the questions. So maybe we can ask each other one question. My question is for Celine. Celine, did you used to eat lots of sweets as a kid? Did you used to eat lots of sweets as a kid, Celine?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Celine, think of a question. One question. Did you,
Did
maybe ask Angie. Ask Angie a question.
okay. Did you use to did did you use to go the pool when you as a kid?
Oh, okay. Angie, did you used to go to the pool?
Yes, I used to go to the pool.
Nice. Angie, ask Gabby a question.
Gabby, did you used to do sports when you are in school?
Nice.
No, I didn't.
Only Barbies. Only Barbies,
Yes.
Gabby. Okay. All right. Gabby, ask Celine a question.
Selena, did you used to play with Barbies?
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I
I did.
I play with my cousin.
Excellent, Celine. I played with my cousin. All right, guys. So these are yes and no questions, but we also have information questions. What did you used to think about becoming an adult? Or maybe what did you used to do, etc., right? So remember we have the information questions as well, okay? Angie, what did you used to think about becoming a responsible adult?
Mm, I used to think when I was an adult. No, um, I
You
used
can
to
just
think
say, I used to think.
yeah, I used to think I was freedom. No,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to think it would be freedom, right? Absolutely. Well, surprise, it's not. All right,
it's
very
so
good.
sad.
It's the reality. All right, Angie, maybe you can ask one question. Angie, ask Gabriela one question. What did,
What do you used to do on your vacations?
perfect.
I used to go to the house of my uncle.
Nice. I used to get, but backwards, okay, Gabby? I used to go to my uncle's house.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, guys, that is it for used to. We're going to stop there because you guys, it's too easy for you, too easy. What about comparisons? Let's do some comparisons. So when we want to compare, we can use as, and adjectives. For example, we could say something like this. Let's read the example here. Celine, can you read the example down here?
The taxis
This one, the
is
example. Can you see the example? The second season.
okay. I reading.
Yes.
Okay. The second season wasn't as good as the first season.
Excellent. Okay, guys. So we don't have time to complete this activity, but I can simplify and I can give you guys a simplified version of this, right? So the question is, what is as good as a pizza? So the answer would be a hamburger is, let's change good to delicious. What is as delicious as a pizza? A hamburger is as delicious as a pizza, right? So the structure is as. We have as plus the adjective as, and we use it for comparison. So hamburger to pizza, okay? So maybe we can ask each other some questions to just do a quick practice. What is as fancy as a sushi dinner? What is as fancy as a sushi dinner? What do you think, Gabby? What's as fancy as a sushi dinner?
A Chinese food is as fancy as sushi.
Excellent. Very good. Perfect. That was excellent. Celine, what about if I ask you, what is as entertaining as K-drama? What is as entertaining as K-drama? Maybe cartoons, series? My English class.
Um, mm, mm, eh, I
Nothing.
so
You can also
so far
you can also say nothing is as entertaining as K-drama, right? If you want, just an example, right? The idea is just to practice as. What do you think, Celine? Is something as entertaining as K-drama?
yeah, but I like um, I like um, I like listening to music
Okay, K-pop.
as is
Okay, so
as K-drama.
excellent. So you could say listening to music is as entertaining as K-drama. Go ahead and repeat.
Okay, listening to music is as entertaining as K-drama.
Excellent. Very good. Angie, what about if I ask you, Angie, what is as, What is as cheap as a bolón in Guayaquil?
The encebollado.
Encebollado. What is as cheap as a, how do you spell bolón? Is bolón like that? Bolón.
Yes.
Okay. So now you have to say the complete sentence, Angie.
Oh,
And
yes.
encebollado.
Is as cheap as a bolon.
Excellent. As cheap as a bolón. What's your favorite, Angie? Encebollado or bolón?
Bolon.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
more of a encebollado guy. I love encebollado. All right. Excellent. Guys, always we have as plus adjective plus as when we want to compare. And remember that the comparison is the same, right? As cheap as entertaining as. They are at the same level. If we want to say the opposite, if we want to say something negative, we have to use negative. So a movie isn't as entertaining as a book. And now it's different, okay? Entertaining. So when you want to make it different, that one is more than the other, we have to use the negation, okay? Is not as entertaining as a book, okay? Any questions? Is that okay? Alrighty, let's
Okay.
erase and we can continue. All right, we're almost done. We'll do two more. The present perfect continuous. Let's read the examples. Oops, let's read the examples that we have here. Gabby, can you read the first question here?
What have you been reading lately?
Okay, what's the answer, Celine? The answer is I have.
I have been reading a lot of travel blogs.
Perfect.
What about you?
Excellent. What about you? And then we have this one, Angie.
I've been reading about robots in space.
Interesting. Robots in space, Angie. I didn't know you were interested in robots in space. What have you been doing lately? So the question, guys, is what have you been doing lately? For the present perfect continuous, we have to use have or has plus been plus verb plus ing. And obviously the subject goes at the beginning, right? So the subject is I have, or maybe she has. Actually, let's put the subject. Subject. So the subject have or has been, and then the action, okay? So if I ask you, Gabby, what have you been doing lately? I have been.
I I have been cooking for the lunch.
Nice. What are you cooking, Gabby? Chicken.
I think rice with chicken.
I know it. Rice and chicken is the most popular dish in Ecuador. Rice and chicken. What about Celine? Celine, what have you been doing lately?
I've I've been sleeping.
Nice. Are you you're still enjoying life, right? The good old life. Been sleeping. Good, Celine. What about Angie? Angie, what have you been doing lately?
I have been working too much.
I have been working too much. Oh no. You see the difference? Celine has been sleeping, Angie has been working. There's a problem there. All right. Um, this is the present perfect continuous. Remember, the present perfect continuous started in the past and continues in the present for an undefinite or an indefinite specified period of time. Any questions? Is this okay? Easy peasy. Nice. Let's erase. And then the last one that we are going to do today is we're going to skip the present perfect and the present continuous. We are going to do models of necessity. And with this, we can end. So let's take a look at the instructions. Celine, can you please read the instructions here?
Choose, choose the correct word or phrase to complete the sentence.
Very good. So guys, the most important when we talk about have to, it's an obligation. When we talk about must, it's a strong obligation. And maybe have to or need to, they kind of fall in different orders. So let's see if we can select the correct model for necessity. Let's go with number 1. Gabby, I must.
Um, I
Must or
must,
don't have to?
no, I don't have to take chemistry because I'm not a chemistry major.
Perfect. So don't have to. It's not mandatory. Very good. Miss Angie, what about this one?
I have to take political science this semester.
Semester. Very good. I have to, right? And remember that the verb have changes according to the pronoun. I have to, she has to. What about this one, Miss Celine?
She doesn't need to take any political science class.
Any political science class. Very good. She doesn't need to. Excellent, Celine. What about number 4, Miss Gabby?
We need to sign up for classes today.
Awesome. We need to. No S. What about Miss Angie? This is students. All students. Angie, how can we complete number 5? Oh no, we lost Angie. What about Celine? Celine, how can we complete number 5?
Oh, I'm speaking with the microphone on. Please.
Oh,
Sorry.
being dramatic, Angie. I thought you were just being dramatic. All right, number 5.
Aline or me?
Angie.
Okay. All students must choose a major by the spring. Must.
Very good. They must choose a major by the spring. What about number 6, Celine?
I need to take 2 biology classes next semester for my major.
Very good. I need to. What about number 7, Gabby? Oh my gosh, how do you pronounce that? Sujuila? Sujuila?
Sujaila
I
has
don't know.
to talk with her school counselor about her career goals.
All right. Now you know, when you have children, Gabby, if you don't have children already, you can name your daughter Sujuila. Okay? All right. Number 8, Angie?
If you want to be an engineer, you must take math classes.
You must take math class. Very good. All right, guys. Models of necessity. What do you think, guys? Easy peasy? Any questions?
Okay.
All right, you guys did an amazing job. So give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back. Awesome job, guys. You were definitely very, very on point today. So